Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's Paula from the 411 on manifesting. Welcome back to my channel. How was your weekend? It was so nice. I had a great weekend actually. I did some market prep for the upcoming Shine Psychic Fair in Vermilion, Alberta. It is honestly a market and fair that I look forward to every year. A lot of my friends are vendors and it is packed full of people. It is packed from the time it opens until the time it closes. It is an amazing market. So I did that. I'm super excited for that. And I also went and hit a bucket of balls, went golfing this weekend. Well, not really golfing. I went to the driving range. So I am learning how to golf this year. It's actually been something I've wanted to learn for a while, and I am making time to do it. So my first couple times that I golfed, I'm not very good. Like, honestly, not gonna lie, I'm not a very good golfer, but it's one of those things that I can be good at because I actually really like it. I just have to practice, and I needed a few lessons. So I've done that. And yesterday when I went to the driving range was probably the best that I've ever hit the balls, because I actually don't hit them very often. I miss a lot. And honestly, out of an entire bucket, I maybe missed like 4, and they went straight. And yeah, it was great. I had a wonderful time doing that. So that was my weekend anyway. However, let's get to today's vlog. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to share this with everybody. So, as some of you know that follow my Witchy Wares Facebook and Instagram page, I have written and published my very first wellness journal. And I'm going to talk to you about it today because I just want to explain my process in creating it and the results that I've had from it and the changes that have come from doing this work. So it's absolutely amazing. So let's get started. It's going to be backwards. Sorry about that. It is called the 411 on manifesting. So we're doing this after the YouTube channel. It is the end of day guided journal. So the end of day guided journal is a practice that I probably started doing about a year and a half ago, or I guess when I first learned about it was about a year and a half ago. And it's where at the end of the day, you write down everything that you can think of that's important to you, that went right in the day, that, made you feel good. And then you write down things that didn't align with you. And then you write down what you can do better the next day. So what I found in doing this practice, so writing down everything that went good for me and starting out with that when you're journaling. So it really kind of brings back the things that happened that did go good. Because honestly, if you didn't have that great of a day, but you're forcing your mind to think of things happened that were good, then that actually gets your mind out of the gutter. And that to me was really, really huge, because before I started to do this work, I didn't have a lot of good days, or I probably did, but maybe I just sat in my shit too long and I really didn't realize how good things were in the day. So that's why I created this journal, because I was actually doing this work in just a blank journal on a piece of paper. I actually found like a stack of papers in one of my drawers in my nightstand that I was actually doing this at night. So I really wanted to create this journal. But a couple things about the journal. So they are very beautiful. I love them. They're also big. There is enough space for 3 months worth of work in this journal. I didn't want to make something that you could just, use for a month. I wanted to actually make something you could use for a quarter of a year where you can really track your progress. So that is the front, and this is the back. So this is actually my proof copy. So they all say not for resale, but they don't say this. Of course, don't look like this when you order them. But on the back, I will always have the same thing in this series. And they say reflect, reset, and rewire. Because really, that is exactly what you're going to be doing, is reflecting, resetting your brain, and then on the way to rewire. So that's kind of my purpose. There are going to be 10 journals and workbooks in this series. That is also something I'm announcing today. So probably every other week there will be another journal released. I have lots of different topics that I'm covering, everything from, wellness to manifesting, an anxiety journal, a health journal. I'm currently working on a Manifest Your Perfect Partner workbook, which is amazing. Just saying right now, it's amazing. Anyway, let's get back to it. But yes, this journal is awesome. Let me just open up. So there is some goal setting in the beginning. And then the next page, there are just some changes maybe you'd like to make in your life that you want to write down. And then an explanation just kind of about the different reflections that you're going to do at the end of the day. So when you're going to do what went right, I think really this is an important one because it's the first one that you start with, right? So if anything went really right for you that you can think of that sticks out, write it down. If you're having a hard time, there might be some days where you have a hard time kind of remembering what went right. For some people, getting out of bed is something that went right. Getting to work on time is something that went right. Not going off on somebody or not giving somebody heck for something. I mean, that could be just kind of controlling your impulses that way. That could be something that goes right. It can be as insignificant or monumental as you choose to write down. But really, it is about your day and what goes right. And when I first started to do this, I was racking my brain. I was like, oh God, there had to be something good that happened today. And I was trying to think of all these giant big things that would stick out to me that what went right. And that's not really how it was working for me when I first started doing this. I really had to just take a moment and be present and think of things that I really did right today. Did I stay positive? Did I stay positive today? Did I focus? Did I concentrate at my job? There just little things like that. There was, some struggles I was having with my health and just trying to stay on track with diet and exercise. So, I mean, man, I'm telling you, if I got on my exercise bike for 10 minutes, that was a win for me. So just whatever resonates really good with you. And you can also use this towards any type of goals that you're trying to achieve. So if, you're trying to save money for something, you can write down, what went right with that. What changes did you make in your day towards that goal? So that kind of thing. I really, really like that part of it and starting it off that way. And then what didn't go right for me. So what didn't align with you? And don't be hard on yourself with this one. Don't sit and try and think of things that went wrong. If something doesn't come to you right away, it's not going to be like the first part of the journal exercise where I really want you to think of what went right. But if something doesn't go right for you and it sticks out, that's what you're going to write down. You're not going to sit and think about there had to be something that didn't go right. Because honestly, if you have to sit and think about what didn't go right in your day, I think your day was pretty damn good. And then the third part, what can I do better tomorrow? The reason why I really, really like this third part of the journal exercise is because for me, I was a person that sat with things way, way too long. They took up rent in my head for way, way too long. So one of the things, if I was to write down something that didn't align with me, in the day, maybe taking something personally or, just sitting in something way too long. So what can I do better tomorrow so that I don't feel like this? Because this was guaranteed to show up in my day again tomorrow if I didn't deal with it, right? So what I could do better tomorrow. And what that does when you write that down, I'll give you an example. So if I had, say, maybe a bad customer review, I'm grateful I don't get very many, but if I did have one, I would sit in that sometimes for several days. That's what I would do. So what can I do better about that if it was to come back again tomorrow? So I write down some steps that I could do. Well, number one, I can't change it. I could contact the customer, see if I could make it right. ask for, any type of input on, improving what was wrong, those kind of things. What it did is like, it gave me an armor almost, because especially if it was something that was going to bother me for a couple of days, I actually really needed those tools to go forward to handle it. And what it did was, if it showed up for me again in the next day, I had tools to get rid of it. That to me was huge, huge. Because if you don't have anything to sort of help you get through what it is that you're struggling with and recognize what it is that you're struggling with, then you just sit in it way too long. Some people sit in stuff for weeks. And honestly, what a bad waste of energy that is. How do you have a good day when you're always sitting in something? So recognizing what doesn't go right and what you can do in case it comes up again tomorrow, that is so, so monumental in just getting through challenges. And that's really why I wanted to put something like this in a journal. I couldn't find anything like this. And like I said, I was literally writing this down in either blank journals or pieces of paper at night. It's just a really great way to end your day. And then the last portion of the journal is to write down some stuff you're grateful for. Because as important as it is to start your day with gratitude, it is just as important to end your day with gratitude. Because when you're grateful, and maybe you're manifesting your gratitudes, you're going to take it into the 4D where it always has the most power, right? Amazing. I love it. So just kind of to recap, the 411 on manifesting, end of day guided journal, reflect, reset, rewire. I just love this book so much. I'm so proud of it. So again, we'll just recap real quick. You're going to write down what went right for you. I really want you to think about those things, write down as many things as you want. And there is a lot of space for everything in this journal. That's really one thing that I wanted to put in these journals is I love to do guided journals, but sometimes there's only like 3 lines and I have a lot to say sometimes. I really want to write this stuff down. So there's lots of space for you to write down anything you want, any thoughts that you have. What didn't go right today? Again, don't be hard on yourself. Not something that we're going to sit and think and try and remember things that went wrong. Not the purpose of the exercise. Just if something really sticks out, that's what I want you to write down. What can I do better tomorrow? This is your toolkit portion of the journaling, that you're going to write down some ideas that you have to better manage what didn't go right in the day, to make sure it doesn't happen again, or if it does, that you're prepared for it. And then, of course, your gratitudes at the end of the day. Also, at the end of every week, there is an end of week reflection and any steps that you've made towards your goals. Because I showed you at the beginning of the journal that there's a space for you to write down some goals and achievements for the next 3 months. So that is the journal, everybody. I really want to take a minute and thank my wonderful, wonderful tribe of women that I have in my life that have purchased my journal. It is because of you, a lot of you, that honestly have inspired me to do something that I really wanted to do for a really long time. I do get a lot of, I'm a busy girl. I have a lot going on, and I've had a lot of people say to me, how do you find the time to do this? But if I don't make time for my dreams, they won't happen. And nobody else is going to make them happen for me. So this is really something that I had to make the time to do, and I'm so glad I did. I'm just super excited. There's going to be more coming. I've already got another one out, which is the Microwin Tracker Journal. Thank you for everyone that has ordered those as well. I love that journal. Probably do a vlog in a couple weeks on that one as well. And I will leave the link to buy this below on Amazon. It's $20. It's a big size book. It's got 3 months worth, of reflections in here. Lots of space to write in. That is my vlog, everybody. Thank you to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. And I would love to hear your comments. If you purchase one of my journals, I'd love to hear what you think of it. That just makes my heart happy. I've had a few really amazing reviews come in already, so I'm super excited about that. Thank you again. Have a wonderful Monday, everybody. Enjoy your week. It's going to be hot. Can't wait. If nobody tells you this week, I love you. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.